That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything, from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filters. This broadcast starts now.
What up? You here?
I keep it a trend, resilient, the energy of my image is got reaching deep in the pot. I got features of people like love. R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native. The soil is my where I walk. Some even saw me, my go figure my enemy scoff. Admitted your energy off. My frequency killing you soft. I show people love, they act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk.
Hear the audio version of this particular podcast once it's readily available, and it'll be readily available sometime Friday afternoon. So I'm saying around noon time Eastern Standard Time, the audio version will be available on all streaming wherever you listen to your podcast. So anyway, what's good? It's a new year. Old me, new me.
I was just about to say, here come them new year, new me shit.
Man,
sit down somewhere.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this podcast started the way we supposed to do it.
Absolutely.
It is weird, I think, in the state of where we're at right now with this weather. Besides the fact that it's disrespectful,
Fully disrespectful.
we got about 6, maybe 7 inches of snow that ain't melted yet.
Yeah.
Because the highs have been like yesterday. No, it's been a little bit higher than 20. It feel like 20 though with this wind, but it's been like What? It was 37 yesterday, and that's like really our first full day with snow.
Right.
Was yesterday, because it stopped on Monday, like Monday evening around like 9 o'clock. So it originally started sometime around 9-10 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it came down to snow, and then
Hit us with some freezing rain.
hit us with some freezing rain for about 3 hours.
Oh, and then
Actually, about 4 hours.
it snowed again.
Then it heavy snowed for the rest of the afternoon, like heavy snow, and then it started lightening up around 7. It was still snowing. Then like around 9, it was just like more like snow showers. It was just like hit or miss, But it was already past dark by that time, so, and it was cold too. So, but our luck, I mean, that was our first snow in 3 years.
Almost to the day.
Like really almost to the day, almost like a whole week and some change to the day.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's ironic about that whole situation, it was a month after that when we had no, it was the next year, because we got 13 inches, and then that next year is when they had the winter storm Uri that went through and like froze up Texas, and
No, it was the same year. It was just a month later in February.
Oh, I thought it was like the year after. Okay.
No.
Well, all right. Well.
It was like the week of Valentine's or something.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because we was actually trying to plan something, and then we heard that winter storm was coming. We was like, we staying our ass right at home.
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere, and we really ain't been nowhere since then because people out here out of control.
And
got motherfuckers pushing people and setting people on fire in New York. It don't make no damn sense. Like, what the fuck?
And
what the hell y'all do to fentanyl?
What I was gonna say about in reference to the snow was, if you've never driven in it, please don't.
Yeah, for real.
Save yourself and everyone around you.
When the winter storm last week was going through Kansas City, the town, the crib, when it was going through Kansas City, like I had did a post and I was like, hey, just keep us check in with it, let us know everything's good, right? That post kind of went left when it started hitting Kentucky, and Kansas City was still getting snow.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers ain't gonna be trying to get on Facebook talking about shit.
Most of them,
we snowed in, okay? Well, yeah, we snowed in, and I got a kerosene heater that I ain't used since 1990. I don't know if this bitch is gonna heat the house up or blow the house up. I don't know which one it is, but I hope it's not the second one.
Right.
I also think that it got to a point where I tried for, I think, forever to think that, we weren't gonna like get the snow we were gonna get.
Yeah.
Because we were been disappointed for the last.
Yeah, for the last couple of years. I mean, after that really big snowstorm, after we moved in here, it was like, yo, is this what it's gonna be like every winter?
Right. Like, I'm like, this is kind of stupid now.
Like we had honestly just left that shit in Washington State.
Facts.
Like, we literally, was it the year or 2 years prior to us leaving when we got the big old nasty snowstorm, and it was retarded.
It was 2 years? I don't think it was 2 years. Maybe no, because
just a year.
It might have been just a year, because I'm about to say it's 2018 or 2019.
Yeah. But that shit was out of control. Like, we had literally, like, 4 feet of snow or some shit.
No. We were supposed to get about 8 to 10 inches, and we ended up getting 16 inches.
I thought we had more than that.
And then we had another snowstorm that was supposed to only dump 5 inches, but it dumped a foot because it stayed. It like stagnated.
Yeah, it just marinated over.
Yeah, and it was just dumping snow, and I'm like,
that's some bullshit.
I gotta dig away for the dogs to.
Yeah, the dogs had.
No, we had the canopy. No, we had the canopy then, and I had to keep dumping the snow off the canopy.
Yeah, because the dogs, that was like their safe haven to go to the bathroom.
Well, I had to shovel because I was dumping the snow off the canopy so it wouldn't collapse the weight, and we had mounds of snow all the way around the canopy. So I had to take the snow that was like almost about to touch the fence and move it to the side of the house.
It was nuts.
And we had snow embankments that were it was stupid. It was stupid.
Like, and literally, like, we leave that to come here and not think that, winters are terrible.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's the East Coast. They always get some dumb shit. But
True.
For us, the first year we're in a house to get that much snow, and we're like, yo.
It was stupid.
This ain't the business.
It was stupid. I mean, and
3 years, nothing. Absolutely nothing but of snow.
That's true.
Literally, we got
That is very true. We really did not get a whole lot of anything. And
3 years.
I think the thing that sucked about it too is that when you're in an area where you get snow, you may not get a lot of it, but you get snow, and a lot of that makes people want to move to that area because they may not get as much snow as they were getting. Anything is better than nothing, but at the same time, it's like I'd rather have anything than nothing at all.
Right.
And me being a Capricorn, born in December 25th, I gotta have snow at some point. And I know I don't want to get snow to the point where we get fucked up. I mean, I want to get snow that's manageably enough that we can shovel. Okay?
Yeah.
Manageable. The shit that we got out here with the ice on it, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like all the way disrespectful. The schools is closed. Like they've been closed all week. They're gonna be closed again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Here.
Sure are.
So.
And federal employees are off tomorrow.
Dang, somebody's sleeping in.
Maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
My alarm clock always goes off at the wrong time.
We're gonna see if that can change tonight. We're gonna see if that can change tonight. Shit. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Got me fucked up. And I know you ain't gotta go to work tomorrow? No. Nope. Really, nigga? I mean...
Yeah, Mr. 6 Saturdays and a Sunday over there.
Well, whatever. Just don't even
I'm
do
hating.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're not gonna fare well in this conversation. This is definitely not the conversation that you're going to fare well in, and you should know that. I will make sure you lose whatever it is that you are trying to get across.
Okay. Happy all tracking.
And because of the fact that you'll be wrong in bringing it up. Anyway, so tonight's topic is, I think, something that is a very untalked about topic.
It's very interesting.
I think it's untalked about because
people are so pissed off about it.
Well, when you bring it up, they are, but at the same time, it's like most people look forward to the new year.
Yeah.
Because this is the beginning stages of that fuck shit that a lot of times happens going into tax season.
Yeah.
It's, dude and got the big girl, or the girl and got the big dude for the summer, for the winter time. And it's time to see what's up with them taxes. You was talking about them, what's cracking. Are we really, really, really giving a fuck about them taxes?
I don't know.
Or are we just allowing this to be a paycheck that people, I guess, want to have, but this is cruise money, okay? This is how Carnival Cruise Line gets their uptick in cruises. When Memorial Day weekend happens, and them kids is out of school, I'm telling you right now, grandparents that are at the age that I am are half a century.
Don't use your tax money.
Please do not use your tax money and get a Carnival Cruise Line.
No, don't do it.
You just put yourself in a vicarious situation in two. This is two reasons why. The first reason is you have left your hood and went into a bigger hood. This hood that floats on the water. This shit is diabolically just completely and utterly the dumb shit. I heard they be smoking weed on them fucking Carnival Cruise Lines. Motherfuckers been getting into fights and shit.
I'm good. I don't need all that.
It's like,
not at all.
Y'all making people that really want to take cruises
not
wanting to go.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I kind of busted out laughing. I was like, that's a stereotype. Because at the end of the day, it's not black people that's doing this shit. It's really not.
All people.
It just so happened there was a few of them that was kind of pissed off and tired of this motherfucker that had to. Somebody had to get stoned. I ain't, like I said, I ain't trying to glorify violence, but sometimes some people just need to learn to shut the fuck up. And I said that out loud. So, anywho, let's have this comfortable conversation that we about to have. We're gonna talk about that season that's coming around, taxes, and people that got jobs, and some of these people out here that went and created LLCs because they like to do readings, and they're doing them under false pretenses, and they not doing it to benefit the person that they get the money from. They just trying to benefit the lifestyle that they feel like they should live. Not everybody's built the same. Some people actually have plans. Some people actually have visions, and some people actually have the audacity to not ask people for money because of what they have to give. You just have the audacity. Then you have some people that had the asshole audacity to actually sit here and mimic those same very people that have those gifts to try and benefit somehow. Try and take that money and try to live a lifestyle they think they should be living. When they can't even keep the lights on in the apartment building they staying in right now, but yet still we going down this rabbit hole of you trying to live off of temporary fundage because you don't know how to budget. You're going to be out of in about 96 hours.
Yeah. So I guess we can let our listeners know where their money is going. And
Well, we ain't even got to that conversation yet. Because let's be real. Let's all be real. We have not even gotten to that conversation yet. They don't even know what the topic is. Taxes are like a subscription to America. Everybody got a subscription. Netflix. I know I got a Netflix. I had to because WWE, Raw, I mean. I had it before then, but that's not the point. I got a Netflix subscription. I like watching pro wrestling. Professional wrestling. Some people don't agree with it. I don't give a shit. Your vices might be looking at, I don't know, bull riding. I don't give a fuck. I ain't judging you. If that's what your thing is, that's what your thing is. My thing is wrestling. So, anyway. But it's a subscription. It's something that we do for entertainment. We pay a subscription so that we can be entertained. Taxes are not entertainment. But it's like to live here, we got to pay an astronomical amount of taxes, regardless of what tax bracket we in. If we're middle class and lower, we pay most of all the taxes in the country. Because the rich get these lawyers that know the law and get most of all this shit written off. That's how some of these big billion-dollar businesses pay almost less than the amount of taxes they should be paying. In the middle to lower class, even some upper class, pay more taxes. That makes absolutely no sense to me. So, taxes are like a subscription to America. While necessary, but people want to see value in their contributions.
Yeah, so let's break it down. Let's give our listeners some understanding and, I guess, knowledge about where their money really is going and why their taxes that they pay, they feel so taxed.
So, all right, let's break it down, so everybody can understand what it is. So, let's talk about the history. I think it would be remiss for me not to even say this in the premise of how we're going to start this conversation, but I know y'all have heard this saying, no taxation without representation.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what started the American Revolution.
Facts.
The British taxed us through acts. First act was the Stamp Act in 1765.
Right.
Then they came back in 1773 and taxed again with the Tea Act.
Right.
So that eventually led to the Boston Tea Party.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. I mean, in real reality, the taxes initially started in Egypt 5,000 years ago.
Right.
That just baffles my brain.
Right. But the thing is that taxes in America started during that time. But taxes kind of worldwide kind of started in Egypt. That idea of taxes anyway.
Right.
But basically, after independence, the government mainly used tariffs or taxes against, on imports and exports. So when that happened, that kind of, that kind of made things weird. Because they basically introduced another, like an income tax to basically fund the war. This is how they started funding wars. And it was like 3% of incomes over $800.
Damn.
Which was like a lot back then. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot back then.
So 3%?
Yeah.
Let's do the ghetto math of what 3%, because we know what 10% of 800 is.
Yeah.
It's like if you had $800, you 24 of that is going to taxes.
Right off rip.
Right off rip. $24. Bam, they hitting you. Bam, bam. That's how they funded the war. That took bread off your table.
Right.
So fast forward, I knew there was an amendment that was officially made, that made income tax permanent, and then that was kind of during World War II or whatever. But why we pay taxes now? It's like they've made it so that taxes fund roads, schools, national defense, public safety, things of that nature. And I know you getting ready to say something else because it's on the tip of your tongue.
It's insane how much they tax us. And I understand, I really do, that this money is supposed to go and fund, like you were just saying, public safety, the roads, schools.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, supposed to, right?
But it's supposed to redistribute wealth. Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, low income families. Like, it's supposed to help them. And truly,
no.
I believe that's it hinders it.
No, it ain't even just that. Let's not forget about how it's supposed to control our behavior or regulate behavior. You got taxes on cigarettes, alcohol, gas. It's like the one things that could discourage you to make sure that I gotta get this, I gotta have this.
Oh yeah.
It's like they're gonna have a tax on it, but these people are still gonna have a habit.
Right.
And then you gotta think about it. There's taxes on healthcare.
Sure is.
Environmental cleanups.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. To protect this planet, you gonna tax the people that's gonna actually clean it up?
Yeah.
What it takes to clean this shit up, to keep it clean?
Right. And taxes are supposed to stabilize the economy.
Supposed to.
So, what happened during COVID?
Man.
We were getting, well, I shouldn't say we. Let me say
facts.
Some people.
There wasn't nobody in our house unemployed. Shit.
Some people were getting stimulus checks.
Right.
And
there was a lot of unemployment benefits that went with that too.
True. And there were multiple stimulus checks. It wasn't just one.
Right.
But you had to meet a certain criteria.
Right. Yeah, and I think that was just,
I'm never gonna meet that criteria.
Well, well, yeah. we already had that conversation. So anyway, so enough on that. We got to the point now where we got to talk about like the current state of how taxes are now. Got a little bit of history lesson now. Let's talk about kind of like where we at currently. Okay. And
let's break those
now I can break this down real quick because what I really want to get into is the next one. But this one I'll take solo.
Roger.
So to break this down, in 2023, so 2 years ago, because we just went over New Year, So 2 years ago, the federal government collected $4.9 trillion in taxes.
Oh my Jesus.
So this is how it broke down. This is how it broke down, right? 50% of that. 50% of that. You heard what I said, right? 50% of that.
How, Sway?
You know what 50% of 4.9 trillion is, don't you?
Whew.
Huh?
2.5 billion? No.
No. 2.45.
4.5, my bad.
Yeah. So 2.45, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trillion came from income taxes.
That's disgusting. I'm sick.
35% came from payroll taxes, which funds Social Security and Medicare.
I'm sick.
35%. 35% of the taxes they federally collected in 2023, 35% came from payroll taxes that you go to work with every day. Social Security, I mean, that basically pays Social Security and Medicare. But what was the first one that I said? 50% of this fund came from income taxes. Sound like some of y'all getting taxed twice, right?
Or more.
Man, it's more. It's more. And if y'all not mad about it, I don't know what. Okay. Well, I didn't see like on social media why there's so many videos of people doing going out of country.
Yeah.
But anyway, and 7%, the 7% of this state of this is corporate tax. Just 7. Corporate.
Wow.
Everybody wants to work corporate. 7%. So on the state and local level, taxes vary, right? Some states you don't have state tax.
Correct.
Like Texas, Florida, Washington State is one of them.
Yep.
You don't have a state tax. So a lot of times if you're, say, in the military and you live somewhere, you have a residency there, driver's license, whatever, you can claim, when you do your taxes, especially in the military, you claim that state that you have your driver's license from. A lot of people wanted to go Florida, Texas, or Washington State because no state tax. So guess what happens when you file your tax return?
Cha-ching.
What state do you claim? Washington State? Just saying. And that's legal for the fact that if you're a nomad, you have a piece of property, say in Washington State, so legally by law you can call that your state of residence, no matter where you're stationed. I'm gonna let that marinate. But other states like California, they have tax rates of 13.3%. Sales tax and property tax and gas tax also vary.
That's just crazy.
Sales tax, property tax, and gas tax, all separate things, all separately taxed.
That's crazy.
Oh, here's a fun fact. Maybe not so fun, but it's a fun fact. Us as Americans, and I say us because all of us, collectively spend over $150 billion a year just to prepare their taxes because the system is so complicated. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We got to do a commercial anyway. Because this next one is the doozy. The next one is the doozy. And we only got like about 15 minutes and we wrapping it up, y'all. So we're going to play a commercial.
It would be right.
And we shall be right back. I forgot my be right back screen. So y'all going to get a starting screen. That don't mean we starting. That means we be right back. So just know that that's what it means. We be back, y'all.
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said, available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
Yes, sir. We're back. We are.
Right, y'all.
We about to go down this rabbit hole. Rabbit hole time. How taxes are misused. Hey, this is her topic because I wouldn't say topic. I mean segment of the topic. This is hers because I purposely made sure that when we broke these down, it was one that specifically talked about the misuses of taxes. And we're gonna both break them down, but I wanted her to start because it has nothing to do with the government. It has everything to do with how stuff should be managed better, but people are not taken care of better either.
Yeah. So, let's get this thing started. And the misuse of taxes, the wasteful spending. Did you all know the Pentagon spent $6.5 billion in 2022 on weapon systems it never needed?
I'm done. This is like, and fraud is a huge problem, right? The IRS estimates that I think the federal government loses about, I think I saw like $60 billion each year to fraud and improper payments.
Oh my gosh.
This is the IRS.
Yeah.
Saying that they lose. And this is how they're going to account for this. I don't necessarily think that IRS feels this way. But then again, maybe they do.
So
rewrite the laws because y'all getting robbed by the same rich people that put y'all in those positions in the first damn place.
And speaking of, let's hit that. So you have the corporate tax avoidance. How do they do it? So let's talk about some larger companies, Amazon and Apple. So
you eat ass with a baby spoon.
Somehow,
I mean,
they pay little to no federal taxes at all. Example, this you can go find this on the interweb anywhere. Amazon paid an effective tax rate of 6.1%. Did you hear me? 6.1%. That was back in 2021.
Damn.
And the corporate tax rate is supposed to be 21%.
So how they paying 6.1?
Yeah, I was just about to say, really, this Batman, how that work?
So basically, wait a minute. The math ain't mathing because I think the national debt over that time was like 33 trillion.
Yeah.
Partly because of tax cuts that benefited wealthy and unchecked, government spending. It's like,
Right.
how the government gonna do all this, have all these weapon systems that they wanted to, have or whatever, and didn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't need it. But then we got corporate people that's sitting here basically just using tax law for what it is.
Yep.
Because it was written the way it was written for the wealthy to be wealthy.
Absolutely.
And it's like they only paying 6.1. Is that what you said?
6.1.
6.1%.
21. Yeah.
6.1.
Mm-hmm.
When it didn't make any sense when the tax rate was 21%.
Exactly.
Man, anyway.
All right.
So house taxes should be fixed. So this is the conspiracy theorists in both of us coming out. Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say conspiracy theorists. This is more of
this is our view.
This is our view on the factoid of where we see things.
Correct.
Just us.
Right.
So go ahead, baby. You can start it off.
All right. So we need to simplify tax code.
Man.
I promise you, right now, tax code, and y'all can look this up, is over 6,000 pages long.
Ain't no way. Ain't no damn way.
Which makes it easy for the corporations and the rich to find those loopholes because they have their legal folks
Right.
read through all that 6,000 plus pages.
You're right. You're right. And I think the other thing is that, the other thing that we need to look at is the corporate loopholes, because how can 6.1%
Right.
get paid when everybody else's corporate is paying 21%? So I think it should be a minimum corporate tax rate, period.
Yes.
And, it should basically, ensure that big companies pay their fair share
Right.
in taxes, irregardless of what taxes they're going to end up having to pay on top of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tax code should be rewritten anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, if the IRS had resources, they could crack down on $163 billion.
Okay. The amount, like, basically.
The wealthiest.
Yeah.
Because 1% evades taxes every year.
Wait, what? So basically, if they was to crack down
If the IRS
on the $163 billion of the wealthiest 1%, if they was just to crack down on them,
Yep.
because they basically they said
They evade taxes every year. That wealthiest 1%.
That's the ones they find out they end up going to jail for 38 years, whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. All right. So, we're going to go into takeaways, y'all. We're going to do this every podcast. One of the new things that we're going to do at the segment is the segment just before we get up out of here. So, what are some relatable takeaways you see in this?
So, if taxes are like a subscription to America, we should feel like we're getting something out of it, right?
You're right about that.
So a lot of people feel like they're paying for a service they don't even use.
I'm done. Where my asshole button at?
It's the sad reality.
Really, nigga?
I mean,
it is the sad reality. Period.
Bitch, what?
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, say that shit.
I'm gonna
say. I need you to say it.
Shit like that.
All right. Hold on. they had that saying, this is something to chew on. We're going to have to figure that part out. We're going to have to come up with our own shit. Yeah. But this right here, this is like, bite off the meat and spit out the bone right here. This Absolutely. Is like you putting that whole chicken wing in your mouth, and the only thing should come out when you pull that thing out is nothing but bone. Like that ass. Go ahead and say what you just said again, because that one right there was deep. For real.
So if taxes are like a subscription to America, we should feel like we're going to get something out of it, correct?
Right.
Well, a lot of people don't feel like they're paying for... They feel like they're paying for a service they don't use.
Bang, bang,
so,
bang, bang.
They're getting taxed and raked over the damn coals on every single thing that they do.
All right, so check it. Everything. I ain't gonna lie. I think you wrote, you knew what this topic was gonna be tonight, and I think you slept on it, and you wrote that shit down, and you put that shit in your back pocket. You was like, yeah, I'm using this shit as a takeaway. Fuck you. That shit. I ain't gonna lie. That was fire. that was fire. That was heat. But I had to agree with you because, while we all want, roads, schools, safety, we don't want our money wasted on unnecessary defense spending or corporate ballots. And it's like we spend more money on getting somebody on the ballot or how much we spend on things that is unnecessarily defense-wise, all because we won't have a conversation.
Right.
That's all it is.
It's all about fairness. Like, if you're a middle-class citizen, you probably feel like you're carrying the weight of the richest people, or you feel like you're carrying the weight while the richest people and companies just skate on by. Just like we said earlier, Amazon 2021 paid 6.1% tax when corporate was supposed to be paying at least 21%.
Right. And they was going to play that because, some people had trust and everything else, but I ain't going to even go there. So what's the takeaway? Taxes are necessary, but the system needs to be more transparent, fair, and efficient.
Say that again for the people in the back.
I'm just saying.
I'm in 1,000% agreement with you on that.
Bang.
I'm just saying.
We gotta hold the government accountable. We have to. If we all are paying taxes and paying into this pot of money, should we not all benefit from it?
Man.
Should we not know where our money goes? I'm just saying.
Man, so I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to say the line that I always say at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to say this, that thanks for taking your time to listen to us. Regardless if it's the live podcast or if it's going to be after the fact, I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to That's What I Said. Let us know your thoughts on what we talked about taxes as far as our version, and give us some feedback, some true feedback, because we want to grow our channel on YouTube as well as Twitch and be kind of that information highway that you get, even if you can get the information online or you do it in the search bar, you get it in a way that you will understand quick, fast, and in a hurry. In less than an hour.
Absolutely.
So it ain't taking really no time of your day. You can sit there and be paying attention to whatever you're paying attention to, and you see the podcast pop on, you be like, yo, let me listen to this while I'm working out or whatever, and do what I gotta do.
Yep.
But we gotta get the channel up so I can play music and shit, so y'all can be doing yoga or whatever the fuck you do, and we be good, right? Anyway.
Absolutely.
So, thanks for joining us on That's What I Said. I really appreciate y'all, no doubt. And like I said, give us your thoughts about what we talked about on taxes. Are they fair, unfair, or just plain confusing? Catch us on the next episode. What you got for the people before we get up out of here?
Man, let's keep this going. Let us get some feedback from y'all, and make sure you're still checking in with your people and taking care of self.
I'm out. Peace.
Facts. We up out of here, y'all.
Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start.
That's
It's
what
part
he
of my
said
design.
with
I've been
Cedric
self-made, you know the
D.
bills paid. I finished part to self-prescribe. You want a real one? Well, I'm the real thing. I'm running rampant through a mind. Ayy, yeah. I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me. They never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. Got body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace. I look out for.
Thanks for listening to another episode of That's What I Said with Cedric Sanders. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode.
Really, nigga?